So I was just looking through footage of the fall of Saigon, and I noticed this reporting from the Associated Press. Let's watch the clip.
The discarded equipment even ran to tanks, some damaged, but some also abandoned intact by their crews as they fled before the communists.
For any viewers who know military history, especially tank models, the mistake is very obvious. But for the majority of Western citizens, this clip seems correct. It follows the narrative of the fall of Saigon. The South Vietnamese soldiers all abandoned their posts, weapons, and vehicles and fled before the North Vietnamese. And this is typical for how the war is portrayed at this point in time, as well as what the vast majority of Americans believe. The story being told by the AP is that these are South Vietnamese tanks that were abandoned without much of a fight. However, if you look closer, what tank model is this? This is a T-54 or T-55 tank, or Type 59 tank. These are pretty much the same model, but with very slight differences. Let's pull up the Wikipedia page for this model. Here is the Wikipedia page for the tank. As you can see, this is the same model. The turret is bowl-shaped, and there is the slanted hull with the characteristic splash guard. If you look at the summary card on the right side and look at place of origin, it clearly says Soviet Union, meaning that the tank shown in the video is not a South Vietnamese tank, but rather a North Vietnamese tank. This is significant because it completely flips the story. The story is the exact opposite of what it should be. As you can clearly see in the footage, these tanks suffered damage, which means that South Vietnamese soldiers were resisting them. This is not a story of South Vietnamese soldiers running away. This is a story of South Vietnamese soldiers fighting back and managing to knock out several T-54s. This is a complete misreporting by the AP. You can also see very clearly the yellow star on the front of the tank, which is the symbol for North Vietnam. So either the AP reporters are completely incompetent and don't know what they're talking about at all, or they were extremely biased in their reporting to the point that they had to push their narrative at all costs, which was that South Vietnam completely abandoned their post and was completely incompetent. Unfortunately, it is reporting like this that created the narrative that most South Vietnamese soldiers ran away and Saigon fell pretty much without breaking a light bulb. I am showing you right now footage of South Vietnamese soldiers fighting back against the communists. This bridge is the main bridge that heads right into the heart of Saigon, and you can clearly see South Vietnamese soldiers taking cover and holding back the enemy. From this animation, which is sourced from numerous books, there were many South Vietnamese units trying to defend Saigon. Many of these units were regiment-sized or even division-sized, with tens of thousands of men fighting. They fought even while running completely out of ammunition and fuel. You can read about the last several months of fighting in this book, Vietnam from Ceasefire to Capitulation, by Colonel E. Legro. This is publicly published and can be easily searched up, and I'll even put the link in the description. There's a lot more evidence in George Veith's Black April. Many of these actions involved the Vietnamese Marine Corps, the Rangers, Rough Puffs, or other divisions which survived. However, the majority of Americans still believe that South Vietnamese units did not fight back hard, even though there is a lot of evidence that the opposite is true. Many journalists at this point in time say that Saigon fell peacefully, or that it was a peaceful takeover, but many of them were also living at the hotels near the center of the city, where the government buildings were, and this is away from the action on the outskirts of the city. But the footage and personal testimony, both North and South Vietnamese, prove that Saigon did not go down without a good fight. With tens of thousands of South Vietnamese soldiers at the battles of Thuong Duc, Me Thuot, and Xuan Loc holding on even when running out of ammunition and fuel. South Vietnam did not go down without a fight.